not? Let's do it. No PED screening at TCH. That is correct. Come on in, and you know what? Whether it's C4 or hand sanitizer from All Pure, you never know. Whatever, whatever
really
gets you going.
the best performance enhancing drug, to be honest, is All Pure.
Seriously. Well, Bones has got a
levels you up.
Yeah, Bones has got a performance enhancing hand right here. A couple of black aces. Raised to 60.
Do you think that'll stick if you call aces bitcoins? There's something. Maybe there's another crypto that could be. Maybe we'll turn it here to the chat. We've got to find another creative name for aces. There's a big world out there of creative people, and we've not really been able to go further with it without sounding corny or stupid.
Well, this Mikey Sides character, he is floating with the 2 overs here. Jack 9 offsuit, no real tangible backdoors, although he did pick up the 8s for runner, perfect to fill in the backdoor Jack High straight. So let's see what he does now that Bones is going to continue on this turn. And Bones is keeping this nice and small. Is that 165? Yeah.
Yep.
Basically, like, I don't know, you got a piece of this?
Any part of this? You want some bread here, bro?
Yeah. Ooh, JTN 1968 dropping us a $10 super chat.
Yeah,
Restock the bar for Dude Talking
son.
And Talking Hoodie. Well, thank you, dude.
And Bones maybe do this just to entice this scenario here that an invitation to try to get aggressive and just got to fade any of the 2 remaining 10s.
Oh,
and there
my
God, that is so gross.
Wow, how did that just fill in? My goodness, Bones is he's going to be pretty sick at the end of this hand because you get floated by Jack 9 and it runs out like that. That's pretty sick.
It's so hard to anticipate that is the, because it can be like, okay, 10-9 or 9-6 or ace X of spades. Well, no. Well, he's got the ace of spades. Never mind. What the hell am I saying? But he's going to see this and go, how in the world did we get here? And he is going to check here to Mikey Sides. It puts him what looks like 7-10 or 6-10, depending on how many blocks are on the top of the. Okay.
Yeah, we're getting 6-10 here on the action tracker. So. Yeah, check, and so Bones did not bet there. That is a check and a bet of 6-10 from Mikey Sides. And Bones here getting a really good price. I mean, he'd have to put his opponent on. Uh-oh.
Looks like we lost the screen on our side.
The world has ended for our screen.
Oh, there it is.
Back.
Our monitor is back.
So. All right, perfect.
He is pure, so uh-oh. Keep an eye on this.
Yep.
He has mushed our stream before, but nonetheless, his decision back here to Bones that. And maybe he could put Jack 9 in the sense of, like, if he thought his maybe opponent had, like, Jack 9 of spades, that they could totally take that line after the turn bet lead, that it's like.
Yeah.
Because he's. Wow, Bones going to lay it down.
My goodness. That is, I mean, I feel like aces is just about exactly the top of his range there.
Aaron back here on Thursday, 2-5. We'll probably do that as well as, like, mix up some of the Monday, Thursdays, because we got postseason basketball. It's about the schedule could get really ridiculous here for the next couple of weeks, so.
All right, we got a couple of pretty decent holdings here. Raised to 35 from Westgate Matt here with the ace queen of clubs. Under the gun +1. 3-bet from Julian with the black pocket Judies. Now over to Colby, who has the ace queen of hearts. He is going to flat call the 3-bet out of the cutoff, and back over to Matt, who is also just going to call. So he's going to go ahead and play this one out of position. Go 3 ways to this flop. 2 players with the ace queen, 1 player with the pocket Judies, and Julian will flop clean. Check from Matt, who has backdoor straight and flush draws. Colby the same, only with the hearts working. Julian going to go ahead and reach for chips here. 390 in the middle, and he's going to go for, wow, is that yeah, not quite 1/4 or 1/3, but somewhere in between there. 125 into 390.
You're as loud as you?
And over to Colby now. Yeah, it looks like he's already gotten out of the way.
Sorry, Mom.
Nope, I take it all back. Colby has raised, and that was Matt quickly folding. This is an interesting line. So Colby basically saying that as the cold caller of the 3-bet, he's going to have the nut advantage, and that's not wrong. Is that right? Yeah. 10s and 9s over and under the gun +1. Yeah, I think that's actually fair. I'm not exactly sure if that's the analysis that Colby's gone through to get to this point of raising on the turn. Also, what sets are actually raising? You're in position. Why would you raise a set of 9s, right? Like, you're never going to raise a set of 10s. Like that, you would have no reason to do that. So then would you even raise a set of 9s? No, I don't think you would. So I think Julian, if he thinks this through, is going to be like, what would you raise me with? He's got 2 jacks in his hand, so
he's got pocket Judies, man. Like those.
Yeah.
They're as powerful of hand as they exist.
Yeah, but Colby is not slowing down, and Julian checks it to him on the turn. Colby continues for 450, and Julian is going to check call.
Bam.
1.9K in the middle. We pick up a 7 of clubs here on the end. And Julian can safely check call another street. Let Colby try to hang himself. And Colby, it looks like he is going to go for this.
He's going to fire.
Looks like a bet of 850, maybe 875 coming up here. And that is a little under half pot. I guess this looks super value. Bet of 825 here. Yeah, I don't know. This is...
Boy, I have a hard time believing Julian's just going to fold this spot here.
Yeah, the only hands that I can think of that this would actually sort of line up with would be an 8-7 type hand, where you might go ahead and raise on the flop just because you're like, maybe I got some equity, and maybe like if I hit my card, then I've built the pot some. But even that seems pretty speculative because he's in position, so there just aren't a ton of hands. So you could sort of distill this all the way down to... Oh, no! Julian lets it go, though.
Colby makes the bluff right on through.
Yes, he does. Makes it look so value-y there on the end.
I've been watching episodes of Rick and Morty as of late and just kind of listening to podcasts. I've not really jumped into any new shows as of late.
Yeah, the last Rick and Morty season was pretty fantastic. I did get caught up on that over the holiday, so that was
wow,
cool.
you got it.
Ooh, would you look at that?
Right, so we have got a cooler alert here, folks.
That we do. Both players flopping trip aces. John, however, does have a jack to go along with it for a flopped boat and a 10 on the turn.
Good game, Westlake.
GG.
Jesus.
GG Jesus is right, as both players have a full house now. Check from John and Maddie, who has filled up here on the turn after a bet of 25 on the flop. Checked to him, and he has put a bet out. Looks like John is at least continuing. Looks like this is a raise, so we'll get the action tracker caught up here. Bet of 110 from Matt, and over to John now. Raises to 440.
Something's wrong with his medulla.
This is the frosty cooler sound effect. Indeed.
Icy cold. Icy cold cooler here.
Icy cold cooler indeed. Okay, we get a heart on the end, which does complete the front door flush draw. John now with 1K in the pot. Going to go for value here. He bets out pretty large. This looks to be a massive overbet, 1.7K. And Matt is like, well, I mean, I lose to pocket nothing. Ace Jack. He loses to Ace Jack. That is exactly what he loses to. Into the tank here. Doing a little bit of the old back and forth, the head bobs, and yeah, I don't know. This is a huge overbet, and I guess you just, yeah, that is going to leave a mark. All right. And Matt can't find the fold button. He is going to call and get shown the bad news that, yes, he's up against the one hand that he can't beat. And, yeah, he's going to pay this one off. John going to get a big old 4.4K pot shipped to him. And, yeah, Matt can't believe his luck there. That turn sealed his fate. He's got a raggy ace. He's going to let it go. Bones going to follow suit with 5 deuce. John right behind him. Bunch of players headed out the door. Mikey sides, though. He is going to go for it. He's got 10-6 on the button. And he says, you know what, maybe if I just bet 300, everyone will fold. And I can take this one down free and easy. However, Paul has a playable hand out of the big blind.
And he's got some plaques up there, too, that haven't quite paid enough respect to.
Yeah, with this raise to 300, Paul will very likely play this as a 3-bet, and probably somewhere to the tune of 1.1K would be my guess. Let's see what he opts to do. I'd like to see a plaque and a black chip headed into the middle.
Maybe I could just grab a whole gob of...
Fistful
Might be
of black
slightly
chips.
above a Minish raise. Looks like 850.
750 even. So he's it is
Yeah,
850. Okay. So he's going he's gonna keep this a little bit smaller in order to just control the pot size a little bit. Mikey sides with only 2.9K behind. Is that accurate? Yeah, no, he's got quite a bit more than that in front of him. I thought I saw a lot more chips. So Mikey sides is playing much deeper than that number indicates. We are going heads up to a flop. Paul with the pre-flop aggression and first action. 8 high flop, couple of clubs. Not the flop that Paul was looking for. However, he can continue. And Mikey sides with a gutter here.
Double gutter.
Double
actually.
gutter. Double
5
gutter.
to 9.
So Paul will continue for 500 here. Under 1/3 pot size bet. Mikey sides, going to put in the call. Off to a turn we go.
Let's see, we got an ace here, so that pulls Paul ahead even further, but still some draw life here from Mike's sides.
Yeah, it is a club, which is a little bit of a scare card for both of these players. Paul going to take a peek at his hand and be like, yep, those are both red still. And I would imagine that this is a spot to check.
Can you turn these lights off for me?
But let's see. Sometimes you don't want to slow down, even when you have a strong dynamic shift in the nuts like that. But let's see how he plays this. Another smallish bet. If you are going to continue, I think you do need to keep it relatively small. So about one.
Oh, we just had a shove there by Mikey's sides, though.
Wow.
What a hand to close out TCH Live tonight. Now we'll count it out here and see what the number is going to be on that shove by Mikey.
Yeah, so when Paul takes a look at his cards, I guess that indicates to Mikey, like, there's just no way that Paul actually has the flush here, right? Like, would he go and double check, like, oh, I do still have 2 clubs, right? You'd pretty much just know that you had it and wouldn't need to look. So maybe he's using that little bit of information to be like, cool, I guess I just rip it in here and put him to the test. Even if he's got a really good hand, he might feel like he's just drawing super thin or dead to the flush. So rip it in and find out what happens. We are going to get a count, and we'll find out just how big the wager is.
Yeah, let's see if it's reflective of the amount that we have here. It's, as you see on the screen, 1.6. No, it's okay, so it's 3.7, so this is going to make a bigger shove that it's now 2.9K here for Paul to call in the spot, which...
Whew. Yeah. And now it's up to Paul to try to get a read on his opponent. Mikey is talking to him, and so there's a little bit of back and forth here. Mikey trying his best to give off the impression that he's like super comfortable and like, you know, whatever you want to do, man.
Yeah,
you know, you want to
twice?
call, you can pay me off, but whatever. It's the last hand of the night. I'm cool either way. You know, kind of a thing. But let's see if Paul can sniff this out. Of course,
Yeah,
Mikey is not
ballsy,
draw-
though.
Mikey's not obviously drawing dead. I mean, he's got the two gutter outs that could bring him home. But yes, this is a very strong move. What do you think here, Mikey? You think Paul's going to find the call button?
Let's see. It's good. Call, jam turn. Paul, think this spot here is ace with like a 10 of clubs, or what? I guess he's got to figure out what can he float the flop with that would lead, or that would jam this turn. So it is a mystery at this point because it is a triple straddle hand, so you have a late position raise. Hand raise is way more wide at this point. That on the button, it's liable to have just about anything to steal. But once he calls the 3-bet, then he might start thinking there's actual like real hands in there and not 10-6 offsuit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd be much more inclined to think of a hand like a 10-9 offsuit that does contain one club that might just sort of blast it in there. If you were going to try to pick apart, like what's a hand that would do this that I beat? And wow, Paul's going to call it, so we're going into a river here for all the chippies. 10.2K. Are they going to do some business?
Wow, man. Paul might be thinking, okay, 10 here on this board. They're only going to do it once. And if we close out the show with Paul winning $5,200 out of this 10K pot tonight on TCH Live from start to finish, it was absolutely fantastic as Mikey sides with a ballsy shove there on the turn, but gets looked up. And that will bring us here to the end of the show for super producer Carolyn, micro producer Seth, our floors, dealers, everybody here. Ron, no, producer Seth. We just like to beat the guy all the time. For Seth, Carolyn, Mike, Ron. We want to thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Make sure to like and subscribe. In the words of the great Mike Sexton, as always, may all your cards be live and your pots be monsters. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you here on Wednesday for the meetup game and on Thursday for the next stream. Good night.
Yeah. 60? Oh, I talked to George, by the way, Jeremy. He said come down. Quiet check? Oh, George. Oh, you know George too? Mm-hmm. Yeah.